there was this strange kind of QAnon anti-vax, like spiritual heart chakra Trumpy bro appearing on social media. And it was like these low-cut shirts and a necklace with a bullet and a feather on it, and like long drooping beanies and big muscles and Om tattoos. By the way, it's one thing you do very well is there's so much opportunity to make fun of so many of these people, and you really do it in a very gentle way if you ever do it. I'm really commend you to that. I could never do that.
It's not easy. It's not easy, honestly.
I can't imagine.
Honestly, because sometimes I'm a very sarcastic person, and sometimes I have that impulse, and sometimes I let it go a bit, and sometimes I draw it back.
Well, I think you do that dance really quite beautifully because the opportunity is there. But it's that. Yeah, this kind of. It's like it is an appropriation of a tribal techno future primitive / like come at me bro kind of guy generally that he started to notice, which seems strange to us. We're not used to seeing these like very big muscly kind of jockey guys with Sanskrit tattoos kind of vibe, you know, even though it makes sense now, but at the time it was very, very strange. This Q thing is the quick fix that New Age tries to sell the world, and actual spirituality is like the boring, humdrum, unglamorous political process. And because, like I was saying earlier, like getting into a flow state, it requires some effort. Is there a pill called flow state? No, but I'm sure that if I went to Erewhon, there's 500 bottles that say like bliss state flow 100% now. You know what I mean? Featuring Shilajit and 500 mushrooms, and that's it. Flow state guaranteed. Or samadhi guaranteed, you know? So it's so seductive and easy and fun to just be able to buy the pill. I mean, that's the classic thing. But the reality of spiritual practice is that it's super unglamorous and boring.
Very much so. You know, one thing that recurred throughout my many years of teaching is that a new student who a week or two into yoga would come up to me and they'd be super excited, being like, this is changing my life. This is it. I am going to be a new person, et cetera, et cetera. And my response, which always didn't go over well, to be honest, sometimes, but I would look at them and say, that's so awesome. Come back to me in 6 months and tell me the same thing.
Yeah.
Come back to me in a year and repeat what you just said, and then we'll see if it's sticking. And I didn't want to deflate them because I love the enthusiasm, but that new relationship feeling is something that's so pervasive in our culture, but the sustained decades-long marriage that's successful takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And the spiritual practice is that. Like any of these practices requires that sort of attention and detail. It takes 22 minutes to get into a flow state. That's what Csikszentmihalyi and further's research has shown. So it doesn't happen. It's at 22 minutes in is when you can snap in and get into that state. But sometimes you're right, it's drudgery work up until then.